All right. Join me here in meditation. This will be embodying the elements and their senses. So we know that our senses go out and we feel and we see and we touch and all of that, taste the world. And we also know, in terms of yoga and more esoteric studies, that we can turn those very same senses of perception, turn them inwards so that we can explore the inner world, our embodied form, what is happening in there. Each one of the elements has a particular sense that relates to it. Often we place the elements along the line of the chakras in the body, but we also want to understand that each and every cell of our embodied structure, including our consciousness, including our awareness, our deepest feelings, all of that, is in every cell. So it can be useful to use the central channel. Maybe even you could think of it as the embodied source of each of those, but each of those elements. But important to remember that it's everywhere. All right. So let's do this together. I will lead you through, and we'll go from place to place. And we'll begin with the earth in just a moment. But before we do, take your hands and hold them in front of you. What do you feel? Do you feel the weight of gravity that perhaps you hold inside your hands? Perhaps you do. And then to begin our practice with a quality of reverence and openness, we can take those hands and bring them up through the sensation of gravity and so forth, and touch one another, cup them together, and perhaps hold our own hearts tenderly and bring that cup right down toward our heart center. What do you hold in your hands? Opening to the possibility of perhaps reverence, perhaps awe, perhaps love, and yet knowing that we don't need to force any of that. Reverence, awe, love, they're big, and yet they exist on a continuum. We're never out of relationship with any of it. We just are somewhere on a continuum. Sometimes we feel no reverence, right? Sometimes we are all inspired. So, holding your state, your changing, ever-moving state in your hands here, offering it to your own heart and allowing your head to bow to the process without need to direct. Just allow it to be. Just as you are. And release your hands down, and maybe you touch your thighs, anything that is comfortable here, and we'll begin. We begin with earth, the element of earth. And as I speak to you of the elements, you want to imagine, notice, feel, what is that inside? So earth, the dry, particulate matter that forms the scaffold of your bones. the structure that supports all of you. Not warm, wet, and moving, but just present, earth. We think of this at the pelvic floor in terms of the chakras. And the sense that goes with this is the sense of smell. The most primal of the senses. I sense, I smell to find my most basic need. Originally, the body of our birth mother, the body, the smell, and then where's the milk? Building our first physical, structural definition of this is about me and now I'm gonna have to get it. Earth, I'll go get it, and I get it. I'm present. Earth chakra, earth element, sense of smell. And then the water. The water element. The sense here is taste. So I smelled, very primal, first sense to develop in utero. I smell, and then I'm out here and I taste. This thing tastes good. I'm going to get that. I go for it. I am here. I need nourishment. I taste. And the inner sense of taste also correlates with inner movement of water. Everything inside of you, no matter how much you might try to be still, is moving. Movement is very much like a sense, and the movement is primarily fluid relating to the water of us and desire. Desire in every cell. Desire deep in the fluid realms of your pelvis. The flow of your blood. Pulsing of the arterial blood, the receiving back of the venous blood. Fluid. You notice that I'm moving my body. I suggest that you allow your body to move in these inquiries if you find that it's helpful for you. Earth, down there, earth, water, wow, and then fire. The fire element lives in our belly. The fire of digestion. The fire of assimilation. The warmth that the fire gives to the mix of the water and the earth. the lava flow of the marrow in your bones, the power of your determination, your fire, water, earth. Fire relates to the thinking mind. The sense is sight. With our sight, we can go out and look at something. I see that clock. Or, that's an active kind of movement of that sense, the sense of sight. Or I can receive. I don't need to go back out and get it. I receive through my sight. The receiving is more back brain, a little more restful, a little more primal. And the going out to see, I gotta find that thing, that's more front brain. And they both relate to the fire in our belly, the warm, the churn of the fire. Is it too hot? Is it too cold? Is it able to rise when needed and to settle back down when needed? Our personal fire. So we have earth, water, and fire. And then we come to the next layer here, or level, up above the thoracic diaphragm. We come into the region of our heart, and we're in the element of air. Air. Air is warmed by the fire. The air can be expansive and lifted and light if the fire isn't raging and causing the air, or the air raging on its own, right? We want a harmonious state between the elements. The earth, water, fire gives us the warm. It's not too hot. It's just right. We have our determination, and then we have love. Air. And the sense is touch. We touch outwardly, certainly. We touch, we feel, we get the sense of things, and we touch internally. We touch tissue to tissue, cell to cell, tiny movement to large movement. Inner touch is happening all the time, organ to organ. Are we comfortable in that inner touch? Can we feel the inner touch? And in feeling the inner touch, can we also allow ourselves to respond and to relate to the community, our loved ones? Might empathy be in here? Compassion, certainly. Love. Air. It's light, but it can be powerful, very still, or it can be rich with fluid. It can have the rain pouring through it. All of these different capabilities we can look for within as well as without. Now, the final of the elements that we explore in yoga, the final is space. And traditionally, it relates to the throat chakra. And the sense of space is very interesting. It's the sense of hearing. Yes, we hear, we can hear out there. Or we can't, but we have the possibility of hearing in the world. And, as we know in yoga, we have the possibility of hearing inwardly. What are the embodied qualities of space? Also in yoga, we talk about ananda, or commonly called bliss, being the inherent quality of this element of space in which we live. It's the ananda, the blissful sheath. Blissful? Maybe what we have thought to be bliss, maybe bliss is really something more like the deepest inner comfort of knowing that one is at home. The space into which everything else comes. The space where if you take your hand now and you look at it, you'll feel its weight, right? You see its structure. You know it's got all of these things. It's got the earth, bones, and it's got water. Lots and lots of fluid structures. It's warm, it's got fire. It's metabolizing, it's just doing everything there. It's got air. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, all of air. And space. In actuality, there is more space in your hand than there is any of these other elements. The space is vast. We can look for the space by observing as closely as we can. What is comfort? What is comfort? Ongoing question, of course. And then in terms of movement, space, moving through space, space, moving through space. As different, for example, from what air might be moving through air. Air moving through air. Space moving through space space containing all of the elements. And perhaps even this embodied recognition or understanding of the deep comfort that might be there for you to feel in your element of space, your embodied space.